Are Katseye being exploited? But should NewJeans Hanni apologize? Winter and Jungkook, IVE Wonyoung, and so much more in today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina, sick, but in my new home. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. And let me know what you think of the background. It's the best I could do on such short notice. Like, I had a vision. It's a little whatever. Okay. If you hate it, it is going to hurt my feelings. Without further ado, let's get into today's news. There's been a conversation surrounding Katseye recently, surrounding whether or not they are being exploited over sexualized. Now, this conversation usually surrounds member Yoonche, who's only 17. When people saw the choreography for Gnarly, some of the outfits that they wear, so on and so forth, a lot of people bring up Yoonche. However, a whole other conversation are the ages of the rest of the members. And some people are actually surprised at how young they are, considering the outfits, considering the choreography. One tweet reads, Katseye is so over by their company and fans. You would think we are talking about 30-year-old grown women and not young teenagers being used for sales by a big corporation. And then another tweet brings up how old they are. Imagine my shock when I saw this. So we have Lara, who is 19 years old, Yoonche, of course, who is 17, Daniela, who is 21, Manon, who is 23, Sophia, who is 22, and Megan, who is also 19. So I know a lot of people started bringing this up again because of a recent Gabriella performance. You know, there's a part where they turn around and they shake their butt. And of course, sometimes some members are wearing something that's a little cheeky, which of course prompted this conversation again. This is why I don't understand that choreo zooming in when they're barely adults and there's a 17-year-old. Like, why are they marketing them to the male gaze? So of course, on one hand, some people think that this is a big corporation taking advantage of these girls. However, on the other hand, there's a lot of people who say that this is what they want and they're allowed to dress as they please. I'm truly confused about this argument. Like, the only one I could say, well, yeah, true, will be Yoonche, but why the F are y'all acting like being 19, 23-year-old child who doesn't know what they're doing there, that they're being sexualized? Besides Yoonche, I generally don't see a big issue, as before they joined the company, they were always comfortable in their sexuality, and all of them, except Lara, who turns 20 in 3 days, are above 20. So I've definitely seen a lot of arguments of people saying, you know, you should see how 17-year-olds dress, and then people responding to that by saying, you know, there's a difference between a 17-year-old dressing themselves and then a company dressing a 17-year-old. But of course, let me know what you think of this conversation. I did make a short about it. Let's read what you had to say. What's crazy is that the girls are very open when discussing styling, and probably one of the very few groups that actually have a say when working with the stylists and designers. If they're wearing it, it's because they wanted to. I definitely think their team is trying to capitalize over the sexualization of the girls, even though it's not super out there every time. When it does come out, you can't help but side-eye it. All of them are young, none of them are over the age of 25, and the two oldest members don't dress as revealing as the youngest members sometimes. Yes, the girls have a say in what they wear, but it's the company that allows them to continue to push it. While I do feel like they tried to tone it down a bit with Yoonche, you can tell now that they're getting more comfortable with her outfits being more in resemblance with the other girls. Maybe because she'll be 18 soon. They're like slowly transitioning, and people are noticing more and more because they're really doing it more and more now. And while they will all soon be over the age of 18, there are still young girls who don't need to show a cheek or chest in every performance outfit, especially because they are artists. It's 2025, and I thought people would want to get out of the sexualization of young girls in the industry. They did it to Rihanna and so many more. So I feel like we have to keep speaking on this issue, not just for Yoonche, but for all the girls. They overdo the sexy concept too much. That's the problem. I find it really weird how people claim Yoonche is getting babied as if she's not still very young. I'm convinced that these people simply have not turned 17 yet, because what a weird thing to say. Not wanting a 17-year-old to be sexualized is not babying. I mean, they're pretty open about how they prefer to dress, etc. And it's clear that they have at least somewhat of a voice in styling. Should NewJeans Hanni apologize? Surely you guys have heard by now that the court has ruled in favor of Adore in their lawsuit to determine the validity of NewJeans' contract, meaning NewJeans have to stay with Adore. Now, of course, in all of this, after the court gave their verdict, NewJeans' team did respond, basically saying that they will be filing an appeal. Hello, this is Shin and Kim LLC, legal representative for Minji, Hanni, Danielle, Hedin, and Han, hereafter the members. For the lawsuit filed by Adore against the members for the confirmation of the validity of their exclusive contracts, the Seoul Central District Court ruled at the court of the first instance today that the exclusive contracts are valid. The members respect the court's decision, but given that their relationship of trust with Adore has completely collapsed, they believe it is impossible to return to Adore and continue their activities in the entertainment industry in a normal manner. Accordingly, the members will immediately appeal the first instance ruling, and they hope the appellate court will once again comprehensively review the facts to date and the legal principles governing termination of the exclusive contracts and render a wise judgment. Lastly, we would like to express sincere gratitude to the fans who are waiting and showing support for this long period of time. Thank you. And then, of course, Adore also released a statement. Today, the court ruled that the exclusive contracts between our company and our artist NewJeans remain valid in the exclusive contract validity lawsuit. The court determined that our company did not violate any obligations as a management agency and that any attempt to break away from the exclusive contracts by citing a breakdown in trust should not be permitted. We are deeply grateful for the court's decision. Since the artist claimed termination of the exclusive contracts in November last year, we've been watching the series of processes. The main lawsuit to confirm the validity of the exclusive contracts, the injunction application to prevent confusion until the main judgment is issued, the court's decision to grant the injunction, the artist's immediate appeal, and the decision to dismiss it with a heavy heart and have responded carefully throughout. For nearly a year, the court has consistently ruled in multiple related cases that our company holds the position of management agency under the exclusive contracts and that our artists are to carry out entertainment activities with us. We sincerely hope that today's results, which once again affirms the same conclusion after a long period of examining various claims and facts, will serve as an opportunity for the artist to calmly reconsider this matter. We too will once again reaffirm our role and responsibilities as a management agency under the exclusive contracts. As stated during the trial, we have completed preparations for future activities, including the release of a full-length album, and are ready to proceed. Through discussions with the artist, we will do our utmost to return to fans as soon as possible. And with that, it seems that Adore actually submitted NewJeans demo songs to show like, hey, you know, we have all this prepared for them. Should they come back, like they have a career ahead of them. Because there was also some arguments saying that, you know, HYBE was going to shelve them after all of this. So why would they go back if they don't have a career to come back to? But people are skeptical about the songs and the direction that NewJeans would go in should they come back. Because obviously it's not the same team anymore. It's very likely not the same songwriters behind their hit songs. Another TikTok song produced by Pungseok and other songwriters with so many remixes, shitty lyrics, dance, over-sexualized outfits, and an absurd collab. Hell nah, no thanks. NewJeans, your discography is flawless. Don't let that hype ruin it, please. Career ruined either way. So it'll suck. So why do some fans want Hanni to apologize? So for context, Hanni previously mentioned that a manager told a group to ignore her. And then it was later revealed that that group was IVE. But in regards to that incident specifically, this is what the court said. It seems the court did not accept NewJeans' claim that they suffered workplace harassment, that a manager of Belief Lab's girl group IVE made a disparaging remark about NewJeans member Hanni. The court said, based on the evidence submitted alone, it is difficult to conclude that Hanni heard remarks from a manager of IVE, such as ignore her, that rose to the level of infringing her personal rights. The court further found Adore took sufficient steps to verify Hanni's account, including promptly requesting the HYBE review relevant CCTV footage after the issue was raised. So because the court said that, it's led to a lot of people to think that she was lying, that she made it up, and that she should apologize. However, there are people defending her saying that the court just doesn't view idols as workers, right? They're like independent contractors. So it's not that it didn't happen, there's just nothing they can do about it. But here's what some people are saying. Shouldn't NewJeans Hanni issue a public apology? All of this turned out to be a lie. It's seriously creepy. For real, she's the perpetrator here. It's not just about public apology. She could actually be prosecuted for perjury in the National Assembly. She should be grateful no one's filed charges yet. Really? I bet a Korean judge would think he's the one being harassed. Isn't she in her mid-20s? Why is she acting like a high schooler? There are also some people who feel really bad about IVE who got brought into this as well. Again, some people saying it's not that it didn't happen, but let's read some more comments. I would like Min Hee-jin to apologize. She was the problem from the start. Considering the fact that IVE went through hell from bunnies because of this accusation, an apology or at least an acknowledgement feels in order. No, not if they're not sorry. Listen, would you rather have a fake apology or a real apology? I just feel bad for my girls, IVE. Like, they had nothing to do with the situation and they were brought up for no reason. IVE deserve more than an apology. They were in the middle of such an insane hate train in the most vulnerable era of an idol group, the rookie era, when everything was new to them and barely have fans that defend them. As someone who likes NewJeans and IVE, I feel bad for IVE because they didn't do anything to deserve the hate. Yes, with what IVE went through, they deserve that apology. I don't care from who, Island and the Seraphim both deserve an apology for all the shit they've been put through that rose to the level of infringing her personal rights. In other words, she didn't lie. It would be a weird thing to lie about anyways. If she was lying, she could have lied about something much more significant. But of course, with all that said, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What is going on with Aespa's Winter and BTS's Jungkook? So I feel like we've talked about this so many times already. The dating accusations between the two. And I'm not gonna lie, some of the accusations, or rather some of the evidence that the two are dating was kind of so ridiculous that I don't even remember it anymore. I mean, for one, when Jungkook had a new username on Instagram, it was MNI Jungkook. And some people thought it was like Minjong, which is Winter's real name. But then fans were like, it's literally my name is Jungkook. But that's part of the evidence. And then people were saying that before that, he had a similar username to her. I'm Winter, I'm Jungkook. They both shared the same song on their story. Jungkook posted this, Winter posted this. They also both posted Devotion by Justin Bieber. Jungkook actually did a live stream where he's reading names written on this snack and he skips a name. He literally says, this name could lead to controversy, so I'll skip it. And a lot of people thought it was Minjong, which is Winter's real name. Jungkook's dog received a lot of hate on his Instagram, with some people saying leave Winter alone. People thought they had a couple items with them having similar bracelets. And then of course, the phone case. It just goes on and on, but it hasn't stopped because it seems that Winter didn't have a phone case and then she switched back to an old phone case, and it's the same brand of phone case that Jungkook uses, and because she did that, she wants attention and she's using him clearly, which is today's issue essentially. Winter went and did a live stream and people noticed that she was receiving some hate, specifically people asking if she's dating Jungkook, people accusing her of using Jungkook, literally quote, stop using Jungkook, attention seeker. Isn't that wild? I've recently held a concert where the members showed off their own solo songs, but a lot of people have been specifically talking about Wonyoung's solo song, which is called 8. But it seems that some people were a little bit divided on it. Now, I've heard some people say that the number 8, if you flip it, becomes an infinity sign. Infinity equals forever. Forever in Korean is Youngwon, and Wonyoung's name is Wonyoung. Genius. Isn't it Youngwon이 though? But there's some people who are surprised at how revealing the outfit is. The outfit and the song are both so baffling, and the comments all seem to be saying the same thing. Regardless of whether people like it or not, the comment section is savage, lol. It's like a downgraded version of Like Jenny with some trot mixed in. The outfit, seriously. I was really looking forward to Wonyoung's solo, but the lyrics are bad and the outfit is way too revealing. Why does it sound like a Big Bang song? The song isn't special at all, too bad. What's with this song, lol? And this has actually been an ongoing conversation surrounding Wonyoung, as she seems to be wearing cheekier outfits these days. Which, on that note, have you noticed that K-pop has gotten a little cheekier? Now, when it comes to groups like Katseye, I mean, they're not K-pop, so, but you know, even Blackpink's Lisa. And now people have even been discussing IVE's Wonyoung. I've just noticed K-pop's gotten cheekier. And it's not a judgment or anything, it's just an observation really. But of course, let me know what you think of Wonyoung's song. And what do you think of the re-cheekification of K-pop? Because I feel like second gen was very spicy, and then we went through like a modesty era in K-pop, and now I feel like it's getting spicier. Why are Aespa's Giselle and Ningning being accused of being mean girls? So the two recently did a live stream for Giselle's birthday, and somebody asked about periods.
Someone asked how to deal with periods, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know. I don't know. It sucks, doesn't it? But you know, it just means you're connected to the moon. The moon cycle. Got your back.
But some people didn't appreciate the answer, nor did they appreciate the laughter. Why are they laughing? Ningning is such a mean girl, I'm saying. Pangchang gave a better answer than two women that literally deal with the period. I'm a woman too. And what the hell means connect with the moon? It's giving K-drama bullies. They think it's funny. It's giving mean girls. The mean girl laugh. Why is she laughing? What do you think of Giselle's answer? Do you think it's that deep? Let me know your thoughts. So with that, let's move on to Kpop Shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently and or quick news. Ok Taecyeon of 2PM is getting married. Blackpink's Lisa posted this photo of herself and people are just praising her IDGAF attitude. A fan asked Aespa's Giselle to pay for their school and she responded, okay, tell me the details. I will give it a try. POZ have unfortunately announced that they're disbanding and only one of are parting ways with their agency. NCT's Doyoung has donated 100 million won to World Vision, and this is ahead of his his military enlistment. And girls set are set to have a comeback. Now, I have a few more fun things I just wanted to share. Lisa's Halloween outfit. I think she looks really stunning. I don't know why this cracked me up when I saw it. The likes. Quick, tell me how many Labubus she got. And then for whatever reason, people are beefing with Katseye's Halloween outfits this year because they dressed as different Mariah Carey eras. And people are like, last year's outfits were so much better. And then another report that Blackpink will reportedly have a comeback next month. And then it gets to a point. Blackpink is expected to announce their comeback this month. But Blackpink will reportedly have a comeback in June. The amount of times I've seen headlines like that, yeah. Megan communicating with the interviewer in French while everyone was avoiding the mic. I need to watch this with you guys. I've never seen it.
Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Ah, ça va, merci. Ça va bien et vous parlez français? Ah, tu parles un peu français? Bravo. Vous êtes très belle. Ah, merci. Bonne soirée. Et toi? Merci beaucoup.
But yeah, I reckon that is basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me, even though I'm feeling kind of a lot under the weather and I don't know where anything is because I moved. But you know, we're happy that we're out of that place, you know what I mean? But yeah, thanks again. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm gonna get going. Bye.